Definitely got some cold damage on the bananas. Those are an annual, so they won't survive another season, so that's okay. It was nice while it lasted. Everything else looks like it's holding up pretty well to the frost. We've had a frost, it's just been light. So even the marigolds are still kicking. Little Autumn is definitely not in the clear. She's definitely not just okay and thriving. She is not eating as much as she should. Since the cow milk upset on her belly, she has reduced her amount of food, her milk feedings quite a bit. Now, I do have to say, she is eating grain. She's nibbling on it, but not nearly enough to compensate for the amount of calories lost from the milk. Milk calories are highly more important right now than grain calories. So we've been putting her up to the teat of the goats in the morning, and I started doing it at night too, because she seems to be favoring it on the teat more so than the bottle. When we try to give her a bottle, she kind of refuses it, and we kind of have to hold it in her mouth and make her drink some, and she never finishes her bottles anymore. Whereas before the cow milk thing, she was finishing them like fast. So she's over 6 weeks old now, or right at 6 weeks. Yeah, I think she's right at 6 weeks old now. So it's not as crucial that she has the high amount of milk, but it's still very important for her development. So we are trying to push that milk as much as we can and keep her strong. The lower calories, I believe, is to explain for the lower energy level that she's had. She just doesn't have the spunk that she did when she was consuming more milk. I think our main issue is she prefers the teat, and she just doesn't want to drink from a bottle, but I get her out here with a goat and she does really well.
I need help too.
Oops. Liam, I didn't do a very good job this time, did I? Tell everybody what we're doing.
We're passing the pecan.
We're cracking the pecan. And did we find some yummy pecan? Did you eat one?
Yeah.
This one doesn't look like it's yummy. It looks like it's underdeveloped. But Liam did find one that was yummy. He keeps trying to find one that's yummy, but we keep finding ones with worms. You're silly.
Yeah.
Did you steal Mommy's headband?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I decided to do with Autumn needing more milk was I started milking Shady Girl and Fancy Girl again. And I just have to say that this is one of the huge benefits of dam raising your kids. We were able to stop milking when we didn't need to milk anymore because we had too much milk at that time. And we were able to pick it right back up again when we needed more. And it may not be like huge production levels, but it's enough to supply what we need. And to me, that's so much more convenient than having to go out 4 times a day to bottle feed a baby and having to do that for 3 months. And oh, just everything about it, you know, the benefits of the mother's milk far outweighs anything, and being able to have it on demand where they can just get their milk whenever they need it and want it. And I think that that's just one of the big pushes for me to dam raise versus bottle raise. I've got a couple of quick channel updates for you guys. You can break your own pecan. Go ahead, just watch your fingers. So finally the cold weather has come to Georgia, and so now our beautiful robust elderberry tree, bush, giant thing is finally losing its leaves. I don't know if you can see. I can't go through here right now. I'm gonna have to have Ryan weed eat, because these, what are they called, beggar's ticks? I'm asking you guys, like, you know, these things, the seed heads get stuck to your clothes. and my camera won't focus on it. Maybe if I go up against the background. These guys are all up through here, so I can't really get up in here and show you. But this is my elderberry, and they're starting to lose their leaves finally. There's just a few leaves hanging on to the tips, but the main part of the stems have lost their leaves. So I should be able to do cuttings now and have a successful rooting for you guys. So you guys do your own rooting. I send you the sticks. You guys have to root them, and I'll send you a care sheet in the email of how to do it. And I have a printer this year, so I might even be able to print out the care sheet if anybody needs that. But what I need you to do, if you are interested, is send me an email at wholesomerootsblog@gmail.com and make sure that the subject line says elderberry cutting, and I will get you all in a folder and send out the information for the prices and how much. And we're gonna do very similar to what we did last year. The only difference that I know is gonna take place is last year I quoted for the small box for the flat rate shipping, and I was not able to fit the cuttings in the small box, and I actually ended up having to bite that cost myself, and I had to pay for the extra shipping in the larger box. So this year I will have to charge for the larger box flat rate shipping. So not too much of a difference, but I'm just being upfront and honest. And don't worry, Cindy, you are on my list to receive a package of cuttings, seeing how yours got stolen in the mail somehow last year. I will make sure, or in the spring, I will make sure that you get some at my cost, just to make sure that you have those. And I think that's it. So yes, so elderberry cuttings, I do them in groups of 10. So, and I think, I don't want to quote a price right this minute, I'll have to look at my email, but I think I did 10 for 10. So 10 cuttings for $10, and then plus the cost of shipping. So I will send you the email with the correct information for how to make payments, what the payments would be, and when you confirm that you want that order, that is when I will send out the packages. So I hope that that is something that you guys are interested in. I have more than enough elderberry cuttings to go around. And now for the horseradish. You can see I don't have a huge plot of horseradish. I did not hear back from anybody in an email about wanting horseradish besides Vicky. Vicky, I know you want some. So if anybody else was interested, I have a small amount of that available. Not sure what the prices would be on that. I'm gonna have to look it up and see what the average price is. And I'm always open to bartering. So if anybody wanted to trade something that you have that you think I would find helpful for my homestead, we could always trade cuttings or horseradish, either or. Part of me is completely confident that Autumn is going to catch up and be just fine. And then there's part of me that wonders if maybe she has something wrong with her, like really wrong with her, like deformed organs or something horrible and crazy that I have no control over. There's absolutely no way I could do anything about anything like that. And then, you know, part of me wonders, what if she has failure to thrive? But she's shown so many strong glimmers of healthy, strong Autumn that I just feel like she's like I said in a different video, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. She's getting there. It's just way slower than most rejected babies are. So I think that there might have been something off with her when she was born, and that may be part of why she's having such a hard time. But other than giving her the utmost care and nutrition and love that I'm doing, there's nothing else that can be done for her. So we're just gonna keep doing that and hope and pray that she will turn into the strongest goat in the herd. She's so sweet. She's good and full now. She nursed on both both not Sister Ray, Kitty and Fancy Girl. So you can see her belly is nice and round. So I know that she's getting a full serving when she's nursing on the goats. So that's reassuring and helpful. They're not that willing to let her nurse, but as long as I have food in the bucket, I am able to get that done. Another thing that has concerned me about Autumn is I found a couple of lice early on, which is kind of common in the winter on goats. And I treated it with DE and Vet RX, and I did that all down her back. And it seemed to be doing great. Every time I would check along her back line, I wouldn't see any. I would just pull back the hair and look and see, and I wasn't seeing any. Well, then one day I was playing with the fur on her side, and I saw a glimpse of a lice. I think I just saw one right there. So, yeah, I think I did. So she's not infested, but we are seeing an occasional lice, and I'm picking them out and smushing them and dropping them in vinegar and all that. She had a bath. I gave her a bath. I used Castile soap, and I mixed some eucalyptus and rosemary in it to help repel any of the insects. And I put coconut oil in the soap too to help coat any of the insects that could be in her hair. An oil coating or a soap coating on an insect helps break down the exoskeleton and kill it. So that's what I did. And then I've been sitting with her and just combing through her hair and removing any lice that I find. So I think when I treated along her backside with the diatomaceous earth, it took care of all of the major ones that were on her backside, because that's usually where they gather. But I'm only seeing a few here and there every once in a while now, so I don't think it's an issue, but it's definitely something that I want to keep on top of and make sure it doesn't become an issue. Whether I have to bathe her again or put more Vet RX on her to help repel, because I think she's picking them up every time she comes out here. Mites tend to live inside of straw and hide there until it gets cold and they look for a warm body, and so that's kind of what's happening. So another huge announcement that we have is that we are going to be hosting the Hollars homestead here in just a couple of days. Can't wait for that. Super excited to see Meg and Ben and the boys again. We got to meet them in person at the Homestead of America's conference, and we've been friends for years now on YouTube, and I'm very excited to have them here on my homestead. It's really, really exciting. Liam, what happened? What is that? What's in the bucket? What do you got?
I got some tomatoes.
And you got some tomatoes? And what happened?
I don't, and another dot, and another dot that ate my tomatoes.
Yeah, they tried to get your tomatoes. I told you not to bring them in here. Fancy Girl got one, didn't she?
Yeah.
She ate it up fast. All right, we're bringing Autumn back in with us today. The temperature's dropping, it's extra windy, and she keeps crying out like she's in pain. So I'm gonna bring her back in and let her rest today. She doesn't need to work extra hard today. She needs to just rest. It's almost like her legs again. I just don't get it. It definitely seems like it's her legs again. I'm gonna give her a dose of selenium and E. I haven't done that in a while, so it'd be safe to give it to her now so it's not too high a dose in her system. Come on. Come on, guys. Liam wants me to carry his tomato bucket. I told him he'd have to wait till I'm done with the camera. So we have another huge, awesome, very exciting announcement. On December 15th, we're gonna have a special guest for her birthday weekend and for the Alpaca Farm Christmas celebration. We are gonna have Jess from Roots and Refuge here. Yes, you heard me correctly. My dear friend Jessica and Jeremiah will be here for an evening, however brief it might be. We'll head out to the alpaca farm in the morning and do their little Christmas celebration, and then they have to head on their way. But I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to be with them again. And I just know that Ryan and Jeremiah are gonna totally hit it off. So you guys be watching out for some great videos coming up with some great YouTubers that are coming to visit us at Wholesome Roots. Thank you guys for watching. You know the drill. We'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots.
See you next time on Wholesome Roots.
Good job. Come on, Autumn. I don't think she's gonna want to do the stairs today for some reason. She looks a little weak in the legs. Come on, girl.